Now that we know the definition of motion, let's try to describe motion. For describing motion, we need to describe the location of the object which is going to be at motion. Now for again describing the location of an object, we need to have a suitable reference point. And this reference point is called as origin. Like for example, I ask you, where is your house? You answer, it is at Vijayanagar 4th stage. Again I'll ask you, where exactly at Vijayanagar 4th stage? Then you might again tell me that it is opposite to Nandini Parlour, which is located at the main road. Now I am able to find out the location of your house with the help of a reference point, which is Nandini Parlour. So Nandini Parlour is the reference point here. Similarly, for describing motion of an object, we always need a reference point, and this reference point is termed as origin or the initial point. Now let's see an example. Let's assume it's a straight road which has 4 different points O, A, B and C, and O will be our reference point or the point of origin. Now you can see here some numbers. So that is the length. If you see the length of OA, the length of A from O, it is 25 kilometers. OB is 40 kilometers and OC will be 100 kilometers. Now in case an object starts from O and it travels to A, it would have covered 25 kilometers. Then it doesn't stop at A, it moves to B. It would have travelled 40 kilometers, and again it continues its journey from B to C. Then it would have travelled 100 kilometers. Now the object is returning back from C. So it again travels through B, A and then returns to O. So both the onward and the return journey, if you see, the total length covered by the object will be 200 kilometer. So this length covered by the object in its journey is termed as distance. So we define distance as length of the actual path traversed. Traversed means covered. Length of the actual path traversed by the object during motion. Now we are going to define another term here which is called as displacement. What is displacement? Displacement is the shortest distance between the initial position and final position of the object. Let us take the same example here where we have a straight road and we have 4 different points. Now in case the object starts from point O, it moves to A, then B and finally stops at C. We know that the length between O and C is 100 kilometer. O is the initial point or the initial position and C is the final position, and the length between O and C is 100 kilometer. So we say that the displacement is also 100 kilometer by its definition. Now let us take another case where the object has travelled from O to C and now it is returning back to the point B, okay, and it is stopping at B. So the initial position was O and the final position is B. So if you see, the distance between O and B is 40 kilometer. So here the displacement is 40 kilometer. Take another example. Now the object has travelled from O to C, then while returning back it is passing through B and it is going to stop at A. So the initial position was O and the final position is A. So the length between O and A is now 25 kilometer, and that is going to be the displacement value. Now again, the next situation where the initial position is O, it goes to C, then it comes back passing through B and A to O itself. It returns to O. So initially the object was at O and now finally it has returned to O. So both the initial and the final position are the same, which is O. So the displacement will be 0 because both the positions are the same. As initial and final positions are the same, the displacement value is 0. So distance is the actual path covered by the object in motion, whereas displacement is the shortest distance between the initial and final position. Let us try to understand distance and displacement through some more examples. If you see here in this diagram, we have 4 points O, A, B and C again. Now let us assume an object is at the initial point. Here we take O as the initial point or origin point again. Now it moves from O to A and the length between O and A is 40 km. Then again from A it moves to B. So the length between A and B 50 km. And from B it again moves to the next point C. So the length of BC is 45 km. So the actual length or the actual distance covered by the object is OA plus AB plus BC, which is 135 km. So this is the distance, that is the actual path covered by the object. Now if you see OC, now when we had defined displacement, we defined it as the shortest distance. So OA, AB and BC seems elongated. So the shortest distance is OC, which is 100. Though the object had travelled from O to A to B and B to C, which is the actual distance, but displacement is only OC, which is the shortest distance, and the value is only 100 km. Let's take another example. See the rectangle ABCD. So the object starts from A, which is the point of origin. It moves to B, from B to C, from C to D, and from D back to A. So if you see the distance, it is actually the perimeter of the rectangle, and you can find the distance by using the formula 2 into L plus B. So the value will be 30 kilometers. But what about the displacement? We have already defined displacement as the shortest distance between the initial and the final position. So the object started moving from A and it is finally now at A. So the displacement will be 0. The next case, you can see a triangle OAB. In this case, we will take the point of origin as B. So the object moves from B to O and O to A. So the length between B and O is 8 and the length between O and A is 8. So the distance travelled by the object will be 16 kilometers. But if you see the displacement, if you see the figure, it is a right angle triangle. And we know that displacement is going to be the shortest distance. So if you see this triangle, AB is the hypotenuse. So we know that by Pythagoras theorem that hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So displacement will be 8 root 2. So displacement value will be lower than that of distance. Now in the last example, if you see, there is a circle. AB if you see is the diameter of the circle, R is the radius, and if you see the center of the circle is denoted by O. Now the origin point is A. The path travelled is from A to B. And you remember, we don't call the perimeter of the circle, instead we say circumference of the circle. And the formula to calculate the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. Since the object has travelled from A to B, it is only half of the circle it has travelled. So we calculate the distance as half of the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r by 2, and the value is pi r centimeter. But if you take the displacement will be the shortest distance, which is going to be the diameter of the circle. and that will be r plus r, which is 2r. Now I want you to find out if the object has traveled from, now in this case it has traveled only from A to B. Now in case the object has traveled from A to B and back to A, you will try to calculate the distance and displacement in that case and let me know. So now just sum up the differences and similarities between distance and displacement. So the first point is their definition. Length of actual path covered is termed as distance, and the shortest distance between the initial and the final position is termed as displacement. If you see, distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. So when I say distance, it does not tell me anything, or it is not dependent upon the direction of movement of the object. It only requires the magnitude or the value of the length covered by the moving object, whereas displacement is a vector quantity which is dependent both on the magnitude as well as direction. If I say that the person has covered 20 kilometers, I have to specify at which direction, whether it is towards the east, towards west, north or south. So whenever we specify a direction, that is termed as vector, and whenever we specify only the value and it has got nothing to do with the direction, we term it as scalar. So distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. Now distance, if you see, cannot be 0 or negative, whereas displacement can be 0, as we have seen in the earlier cases where both initial and final position are the same, and in case the object crosses in opposite direction after the initial position, then the value can also be negative. Now both distance and displacement are measured in the same units, meter, kilometer, centimeter, etc., and distance can never be less than displacement.